In this video, I'm going to be building 20 of the best summer activities using Lego. Starting off at number 1. I always loved playing at the local park growing up, so let's go ahead and build one. I began by giving the park a perimeter with some tiles. Next, I built this simple seesaw. Then I built this weird climbing structure using a bunch of these long fence pieces. I also built a swing set attached to the main playground, a set of monkey bars, and a small sand pit where toys sometimes get lost forever. Growing up, I remember having one of those out-of-ground swimming pools, so for our second build, I used a bunch of hinge pieces to make a circle shape, and then use a handful of these blue studs to recreate the water. But this was a little too simple, so I also built an in-ground pool using some tiles for the deck and water, an umbrella, and 2 small poolside chairs for those who grew up with a little bit more money. For our third activity, it's time to get some ice cream. I think everyone growing up is familiar with this tune.
Stop it. Get some help.
For this build, I used a Lego City ice cream truck. I added some benches for everyone to sit on, placed some minifigures, and some extra large ice cream cones. But be careful not to drop it. Now I think it's time for some pickup. Using some simple tile work, I put together a half court with some shooting lines. For the net, I used these Technic pieces, this super cool official Lego net piece, and a brick-built backboard.
Austin Reeves stewards there to get the fresh 14 to the Lakers. LeBron! Look out below! Oh my lord!
My summer job growing up was cutting grass. So for our fifth activity, I went ahead and built this minifig sized lawnmower. But this grass is a little too tall. I think we're in need of an upgrade. That's more like it. Now that I have some spending cash, let's go play some mini plat. I built up this tiny little course in 3 sections, and using these Technic pieces and some plates, it all comes together. Let's see how good we do.
Hole in one!
Now that we're broke again, we gotta find some deals. With a bunch of small pieces, I made up some furniture items like this retro jukebox, a vintage television, and this small dresser. And using some small boxes and these tiny tables, I placed a variety of knickknacks and toys together to make a garage sale. But a garage sale wouldn't be complete without a lemonade stand. Using these small modified studs and some cylinders, I made some bottles for customers to purchase. For our next few builds, let's head to the beach. Growing up, I always loved building sandcastles, so I've gone ahead and built 3 small sandcastles using an assortment of tan pieces, and some colorful flags to add some contrast. By themselves, they don't look the best, but when you put them together, they make a sand kingdom. Another beach activity I loved growing up was volleyball. I used some white tiles on some large tan plates to make a court outline. I added some small bleachers, and using these white fence pieces, some 1x2 plates, and some clips, I made a simple net. But always make sure you're paying attention while playing volleyball, or this could happen.
A devastating return, and here it comes! Oh, no! Sterling makes another tremendous save! And North Carolina's wasting no mother of pearl!
Do you think he's dead?
He looks as though he could be...
I think after all that physical labor, it's time to take a break by the water. For this, I built up some beach blankets using some tiles in a crisscross and striped pattern. I made these little coolers and filled them with some food and drinks. And then I added an umbrella and some small tanning chairs to let us fall asleep under the sun. Now that we're all rested up again, it's time to get some food. I built up 3 official Lego food trucks, including a pizza truck, a slushy truck, and a hot dog truck, and placed them on the edge of these old road plates. But now there's so many options, we can't possibly choose one. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of everything. Now all fueled up, it's time for something a little bit more extreme. Growing up, I had this small white BMX bike, so let's build something for it to ride on. First, I made the course foundation using a ton of these dark tan and light gray tiles. Next, I built up a double-sided bank, a half pipe, and a grinding rail, and added them to the course. This next activity everyone's done before. For this, I decided to build 2 different styles. First, I built up a simple wood-fired grill you often find at campsites, complete with a textured base and a picnic table. For the second build, I built up a traditional propane-powered barbecue with a folding lid and 2 burners. This thing could handle a whole pack of wieners.
What did he say?
Next up on our list, it's time for some water sports. Using lots of these small plant pieces and even more brown slopes, I put together this small river to pair well with these official kayak and canoe Lego pieces. And I've also added some oar accessories to help us move around. But safety is also important, so I've added some life jackets onto the minifigures. Remember, it's always better to stay safe. Staying on the water, let's do some fishing. For this, I built up a small wooden dock on the bank of the water and gave the minifigure a black whip accessory for a fly fishing rod. Now that we've caught our dinner, it's time to cook it up. I built up this small campfire pit using 1x2 plates and some brown Technic pieces to add some kindling to the fire. Now that dinner's over, it's time to build some shelter. Using some tiles, I made a sleeping bag, and using these modified tile pieces, I put together a tent that can fold together at the tip. But before we can sleep, we gotta have some snacks. Using the same campfire from earlier, I added these log chairs around it for the minifigures to sit on, and some marshmallows on a stick to be cooked over the open fire. Now I think it's time to get some sleep. Now our summer's almost over, so let's get ready for some back to school shopping. For this, I built up the inside of a storefront with some clothing racks, some bins of school supplies, and a cash register so we can buy everything we need. And that's everything! 20 of the best summer activities you too can build at home. I hope that these ideas helped inspire some activities you want to do this summer. Let me know in the comments which one you like the most. See you next time and have a great summer.